So after resigning from RB Leipzig, I immediately applied for the vacant Bayern Munich job, who gave me an interview straight away after a very poor season. I think I pretty much nailed the interview, but you never know. And a few days later, Bayern Munich offered me the job as their manager. Now, I would be stupid to turn this down, because all we're after now is the Champions League. And surely this is the right club to help us get our hands on a European trophy. That's right, we have jumped ship and we are now at Bayern Munich. Gone from Leipzig to Bayern Munich. We have completed Germany, we've won the Bundesliga, we've won the DFB-Pokal. We just need a European trophy. Champions League is the main one. It's one of the hardest ones to get, I think. Now, it's been a really tough pre-season, let me get you this straight. So last season they finished third and morale in the squad is at an all-time low. Let's say that. And if anyone knows that Football Manager is a morale-based game, really, in all fairness. Your team's morale is good, you perform well. Players wanted to leave and leave for stupid, ridiculous fees. Not high fees, low fees. I mean low. Harry Kane for 30 million. Yes, he's 32, but he can score goals for fun. He hasn't so far for Bayern Munich, which is why I had to rebuild as such. So I did bring in a few players. On the outs, Mazzarri went to Juventus for 35 million. That was a deal done before I got here. We sold Paredes to Tottenham for 13.5 million, a goalkeeper. He was going to be surplus to requirements, wasn't going to get any game time. Tell that you're off. 13 million a bag bargain. And a bunch of other deadwood we sold for a couple million here and there, nothing extravagant. But who we brought in excites me. It's the fourth season, and usually in the fourth season, a lot of players get released by the Saudi clubs. And we brought in two players. The first one is Frank Kessie, a central midfielder, DM. For some reason, Bayern Munich was short on DMs and central midfielders. For a free transfer, he'd asked here one season, I can sell him next season if I'm still here. Next up, I brought in Gabi Wenger, 24-year-old Spanish central midfielder who's unbelievable. He's done well. He's going to do well for us in that central midfield to go along with Kimmich. And now with Manuel Neuer retiring, was in his 40s. He's done his time. He's now retired, so we were a goalkeeper short. And I wasn't too sure on Lupin in goal. So I signed the 25-year-old Georgian goalkeeper, Mamardashvili, for 50 million. And what a goalkeeper he is. You only rated him 3 stars, but I reckon he's a lot higher than that personally. So with Harry Kane not really firing in this Bayern Munich squad, he's only scored 13 goals in each of the 3 seasons that we've already done. So he has scored 39 goals in the Bundesliga, which is crazy for a player of his standard. We needed a new striker to go along with him. So for 50 million from Brighton, we have signed Evan Ferguson. Okay, he hasn't developed as much as I thought he would, being a wonder kid. But he is going to be nailed in to start every game. Because I think, given game time, he will bang the goals in. Him and Harry Kane up front, it's going to work. It's got to work. And so far, 3 games and 3 goals. Says it all. And then we spent 7 million on Franco Mascherano, a young Argentinian wonder kid. Won't get much game time, but just look at those stats already. He's going to be unbelievable. I think I bought one for the future from Bayern Munich. Tactic-wise, we have switched it up a little bit from the 4-4-2 that we have been using. We've gone for a 4-3-3 formation. It's a Cisco. We're going to try something a bit different. If I do pick best 11 without restrictions, this is the side that it comes up with. I'm not happy with Tell up front. I'm not happy with Lunin in goal. So what we'll do, we will put Amadash in there. And Martus Tell will come out for Evan Ferguson as a pressing forward. So our strongest team would be Mamardashvili in goal. We've got Bowie, Diamonde, who is already here. What a great signing he is. Kim Min-jae, Alphonso Davies at the back. Kimmich, Goretzka, Sane, Musiala, Ferguson, and Harry Kane. Like I said, Harry Kane, the last couple of seasons, has been really, really poor. He's 33. He's wanted. He has put in a transfer request because he was disappointed that I wouldn't accept the bid from the Saudi clubs for 30 million. It was, yeah. So he wanted a new challenge because he's been here 3 years. He hasn't scored many goals. I said 13 in each of the 3 seasons that he has played here. He's got 4 in 3 already for me. Schedule-wise, how we've been getting on? We've done really well so far. We haven't lost, basically. We haven't lost. Beating Fortuna Düsseldorf 5-1 in the DFB-Pokal. Starting the league off with a 4-0 win against Augsburg. Smashing Wolfsburg 5-0 away from home. And then winning 2-1 at home against Offenheim. So we're doing well. Competition-wise, we are top of the Bundesliga, but we're not concerned about the Bundesliga. We're not concerned about the DFB-Pokal. What we are concerned about is the Champions League. That's got to be our main aim. And the Champions League draw has been done. These are the teams that we are facing. Inter Milan, Chelsea, RB Salzburg, Seville, PSG, Eintracht Frankfurt, Boa and Club Brugge. We should, in theory, qualify from this. 3 teams there where we might struggle against: Inter, Chelsea and PSG. I say struggle. We are Bayern Munich. We shouldn't struggle. We should go in confidently that we're going to beat them. Hopefully miss the playoff round and go straight into the round of 16. Miss Manchester City. That's one thing we've got to do, because every year so far we've faced Manchester City. And if we can dodge them, then we've got a hell of a chance of winning it. Right, there we go. Season 4. Glory Hunter. 1 trophy really up for grabs, and that is the Champions League. Can we get it? Have we made the right choice joining Bayern Munich? Let's simulate the season and find out. In September, we started off our Champions League campaign with a 1-0 win over Inter Milan. Joshua Kimmich in injury time of the first half of the only goal, giving us a 1-0 lead. We backed that up with a 4-0 win over Chelsea. All the goals coming in the second half. Joshua Kimmich again getting on the score sheet after 47 minutes, making it 1-0. Before getting a brace with a massive free kick in the 56th minute. A minute later, Harry Kane came back to haunt an English team with a goal. And then just over the hour mark, he got his second for a through ball through Ferguson. In the Bundesliga, we remained unbeaten. 6 wins from 6. 18 points. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. October, and we had a massive shock to the system, losing 1-0 to RB Salzburg. Forsen in the 26th minute, getting on the end of a cross, which should have been cleared a long time ago. In the DFB-Pokal second round, we beat Freiburg 4-1. Evan Ferguson from the penalty spot in the 21st minute, before Thiago Thomas in the 22nd minute, getting Freiburg an unlikely equaliser. Joshua Kimmich, a man at the moment, making it 2-1, before Evan Ferguson got himself his brace 2 minutes into injury time. And to wrap the game up, Franco Mascherano in the 91st minute, finishing off the scoring. 10 games played, 10 games won. 6 points clear of Dortmund. We're not doing too bad in the Bundesliga. November, and we got back to winning ways in the Champions League, beating Seville 2-0. Musiala in the 26th minute with a great finish just inside the box, before Gabby Wenger, the Spaniard, scoring against the Spanish team in the 41st minute, making sure all 3 points came to Bayern Munich. But those winning ways stopped there. PSG absolutely smashed us 4-0. Vitinha in the 37th minute, giving PSG the lead. And we just couldn't defend. Defence was all over the place in this game. Mamardashvili then scores an own goal in the 41st minute. Ansu Fati left Barcelona to join PSG, and he comes up with a third, before Marco Asensio in the 70th minute rounded off the scoring. We needed a hard look at ourselves. But still, 13 games played, 13 wins. We are now 11 points clear at the top of the table. December, and we go out in the DFB-Pokal third round to a shock defeat to Augsburg on penalties. Joshua Kimmich in the 35th minute giving us a 1-0 lead, but by the 92nd minute, Augsburg pushing players forward got the equaliser. In extra time, Janek Schuster in the 104th minute gave Augsburg the lead, but Goretzka on the literally full-time whistle, got the equaliser, and the game went to penalties. Augsburg stepped up first and scored. And all we had to do was copy what they did, hoping that Mamdashvili would save a penalty. Tell steps up and the keeper saves. It's a great save in all fairness. All the pressure was on Augsburg to miss. There was no pressure on our boys whatsoever. Augsburg don't miss. But when it was time for Alphonso Davies to score, he blasts it wide and we are out of the DFB-Pokal. In the Bundesliga, in the top of table clash against Frankfurt, we smashed them 6-2. Not realising in the second game we had to play them in the Champions League, where we came away with a 2-1 win. Evan Ferguson just before the half-time whistle, making it 1-0 with a simple tap-in from the 6-yard box, before Harry Kane in the 50th minute, making it 2, and surely the game was all over. But Tillman for Frankfurt in the 89th minute gave them a glimmer of hope with a simple tap-in, but all 3 points came to us. And against my former side, RB Leipzig, we ran away 3-0 winners. Kingsley Coman in the 21st minute with a great strike and run, making it 1-0. 3 minutes later, Evan Ferguson in the 24th minute made it 2, and him playing it has produced wonders. And it seemed to have helped Harry Kane after he gets on the score sheet in the 50th minute, making it a comfortable 3-0 victory. Going into the new year and with 1 or 16 games, we're 14 points clear. Surely we cannot throw this league away. January and we faced Bodo Glimt in the Champions League and we absolutely smashed them 6-0. Leroy Sané in the 7th minute getting the scoring underway with a simple tap-in after the mistake from the goalkeeper. He got his second in the 25th minute, and it was all downhill from there for Bodo Glimt. Evan Ferguson got himself on the score sheet in the 30th minute before getting a brace on the hour mark to make it 4-0 with 30 minutes still left to play. Diomande even got himself on the score sheet in the 68th minute before Harry Kane, he couldn't be left out, somehow scored this. And in our last game in the league phase of the Champions League, we smashed Club Brugge 5-1. Musiala in the 18th minute got the scoring underway after a good run by Diomande. And then Diomande got himself on the score sheet in the 24th minute. Club Brugge do get himself a goal back in the 26th minute, thinking this could be game on. But Evan Ferguson again, in the 32nd minute, keeps up his goal scoring tally. Diomande had a game of his life, picking up a second in the 78th minute with a great strike. And in injury time, Harry Kane, like I said before, didn't want to be left out. Ball fell to him, open goal, slots it in. So in the league phase of the Champions League, we qualify third on 18 points, which means we go straight into the round of 16. And we're still yet to taste defeat in the league. Now 15 points clear with 20 games played. February, and with no Champions League games to play, we had one big result. The 1-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen, a Joshua Kimmich goal in the 80th minute, making sure we stay undefeated in the Bundesliga, looking for that invincible season. We're now 18 points clear. We've got 10 games left to go. Surely we can't throw this away. March and the return of the Champions League. This time round of 16 we faced Juventus and smashed them 5-0. Evan Ferguson getting a scoring underway early on in the 6th minute. After some great build-up by Musiala. Alphonso Davies doubled our lead in the 43rd minute with a great finish. It was soon 3-0 when Diomande has got the taste for goals at the moment. Same as this lad, Evan Ferguson, has been setting up by Harry Kane. But Harry Kane knew what would be on the score sheet, and with this thunderstrike, he made it 5-0. And in the second leg, there wasn't much different, just that we let Juventus score instead. Dusan Vlahovic in the 14th minute with a little dink over the goalkeeper, giving Juventus a little bit of hope to get back in this tie. But Evan Ferguson, he's 11 Germany, makes the score 1-1 in the 17th minute. Scores stayed the same until the 51st minute when Kimmich did this. Frank Kessie turned up in the second half and he done this. Before Ferguson got his double in the 64th minute of a header. And then Harry Kane scored in the 69th minute. That's a naughty number. The man is on fire for Bayern Munich at the moment. And in the league, we are already crowned champions after only playing 27 games. Still yet to taste defeat. April. And it was an all-German tie in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Frankfurt, Bayern Munich, 3-0 winners, Evan Ferguson. He's had a fantastic season, getting the goal with a header in the 35th minute before a Tuta own goal in the 64th, giving us full advantage in the first leg. But just to make sure, Alphonso Davies in the 73rd minute made sure we carried a good lead into the second leg. And in the second leg, we won 4-0. We win 7-0 on aggregate in the end. Ferguson again in the 34th minute with a very similar goal to most of his goals this season. Harry Kane in injury time of the first half, making it 2. The goal scoring machine Diamonde got on the score sheet again in the 70th minute. Great finish. And Franco Mascherano in the 86th minute wrapping up the scoring, which means we progress into the semi-final, where we travel to Anfield and won 4-3. Ex-Evertonian striker Lukaku with a goal in the 10th minute after a mix-up in the defence. Before Harry came back on English turf, making it 1-1 after 35 minutes. Same as Evan Ferguson, back on English soil, loved the Premier League, got himself a goal in the 2nd minute of injury time. Victor Osimhen got Liverpool back level in the 73rd minute of a header at the back post. Before we retake the lead in the 83rd minute through Kusir Asar. Victor Osimhen with the equaliser in the 89th minute, thinking this game was going to be tied going into the second leg. But Kim Min-jae in the 93rd minute had other ideas. May, and it was time for the second leg of a Champions League semi-final. Drawing 1-1, winning 5-4 on aggregate. Trent Alexander-Arnold in the 5th minute of injury time, getting the goal back that Liverpool craved to take the tie into extra time. But that's where Leroy Sané stepped up. In the 100th minute, getting the ball down, driving at Liverpool defence, smashing it in, and we are in a Champions League final. The chance to lift the trophy. And in that Champions League final, we faced our nemesis, Manchester City, with a very strong side. We had a couple of players out injured. Ferguson misses out for a broken ankle. Salah just came back from a broken ankle. Everything was down to this. Can we get our hands on our first European trophy against a very strong Pep Guardiola Manchester City? The boys have been fantastic all season. It's now down to 90 minutes of football. The action starts on Marvelashvili with the ball. We're passing it around like Man City like no other team has ever done. Coman's on it. He's driving down the left-hand side. Looking for the cross. He cuts it back. Kessie to Musada. Musiala scores. That's his 10th goal of the season, and we take the advantage in the Champions League final. Davis with a corner whipped in. It's cleared back to Davis. Falls him. On his right foot, shoots, and it's easy for Ederson. Second half, Mamardashvili to Diamonde. Diamonde to Kessie. Oh, he lets it run. De Bruyne gets in. We can't get there. Kane to Coman. It's a great ball. Sané to Kessie. Frank Kessie makes it 2-0 with his 8th goal of the season. And surely Man City cannot fight back. When injury time, ref, just blow your whistle. Just blow your whistle. That is the full-time whistle, and we have won the Champions League with FC Bayern. Our first bit of European silverware in this Glory Hunter save in Season 4. But what a season we have had as Bayern Munich manager. We have done it. We have got our first European trophy in the bag, beating Manchester City in the final without them actually having a shot on target. We dominated the game, chances-wise. They had most possession. They didn't have a shot on target. We kept Haaland quiet. So quiet, he came off after 70 minutes. Wow. I think joining FC Bayern was the right idea. It was the right job at the right time. Now we can add the Champions League trophy to the cabinet. But what a way to get there. Beating Liverpool in the semi-finals 5-4 with an extra time goal. Quarter-finals knocking out Frankfurt 7-0 on aggregate. Round of 16 smashing Juventus 10-1 on aggregate. And David Moyes is still there 4 years later. Wow, fair play. And finishing third in the league phase as well. Losing the 2 games to PSG and Salzburg, but nevertheless, that's what matters. We are champions of Europe. What a season we have had. Okay, we didn't win the DFB-Pokal. Not to worry, we didn't need to win the DFB-Pokal. We won it last year with Leipzig. And Frankfurt won it this year on penalties after 3-0 with Wolfsburg. So, not all too bad. In the league, though, we break the 100-point mark and we were undefeated. This Bayern Munich team will be classed as the Invincibles. 33 wins, 1 draw, which is a 1-1 draw against Augsburg, 0 defeats. How the previous manager couldn't do nothing with this team. I mean, he added 4 or 5 players. It's beyond me. They finished third last year. We've just gone undefeated. Leipzig finished third place on 63 points. 37 points behind us. That is a massive swing. 37 points. Is Mourinho still there? He is still there. Somehow he's kept his job. Don't know how after back-to-back Bundesliga wins. Now the best thing about this is we scored 121 goals, conceding just 13. This goes to show that the goalkeeper was solid, the defence was solid. But we are officially now done with Germany altogether. We ain't come back to any Germany team. We've won the DFB-Pokal, we've won the Bundesliga, and we've won the Champions League. Germany is massively ticked off the list. Squad-wise, who got what? Harry Kane finished with 42 goals in 44 appearances. Now that is the Harry Kane we know. Compared to the 13 he got 33 Bundesliga goals in 32 games, 42 in total. And you Eagle Eye viewers will notice he's now joining Liverpool on a free transfer. He didn't want to sign the new contract with me. And he looks, for a 33-year-old, he looks fantastic. Liverpool could have a very, very good signing there. Evan Ferguson locked him in at the start of the season. Finished with 34 goals in 50 appearances with Evan Ferguson. And he's improving. He's going massive for Bayern Munich. He is wanted by Barcelona. It just goes to show you play these wonder kids and they do improve massively. Massively. Joshua Kimmich with 17 goals and 34 assists from central midfield. He has had an unbelievable season. Next up, Sané with 14 goals, 22 assists. 31-year-old, wanted by a Saudi club. 31 years old, might have to cash in at 75 million. Could be decent value. Then we have our defender, Diamonde, with 10 goals and 6 assists. For a defender. Then we have Musiala with 10 goals, 5 assists. Not a fantastic season. Kingsley Coman got 9 goals and 10 assists. Alphonso Davies got himself 8 and 9. Gabby Wenger with 6 goals and 9 assists. Overall assist-wise, 34 for Kimmich is wow. What a season he has had as central midfield. Leroy Sané 22. Sacha Boey with 11. But all in all, this squad has been fantastic. Most of them are leaving. And it's Emir Coppa who didn't really play let's be honest. Conor Gallagher, 2 substitute appearances. If I do decide to stay on, I don't know why I would stay on at Bayern Munich. I think my time here is now done. I do have a very tasty transfer budget and wage budget. 129 million to spend with $500,000 a week. It's ridiculous wages. But honestly, Bayern Munich, we're done. We are done. Job search. What is available? Oh, wow. 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 Manchester City job is available. Did Pep resign? Pep was sacked. After 10 years, nearly 11 years in charge, he is sacked. They have a really bad season. Finished 4th. So it's Champions League again. Not ideal. Could be a Premier League title. It could be an FA Cup title. They haven't got the worst team, though. And what happened money to spend as well. They've got some very good youngsters. I think we know what we're doing here. We're going to resign from FC Bayern. And honestly, I think we need to go to England and take the Manchester City job. That way we can maybe, possibly, chalk off 2 more cups. But first, let's resign from FC Bayern. Thank you for having me for the season. Hopefully I'll go down in folklore as the one season wonder, winning the League and the Champions League, conceding just 13 goals as well. And with that, we are now jobless again. But we have just applied for the Man City job. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment and subscribe if you're new around here for more of my FM24 content. Until next time, guys, take a stay, look after yourself, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Hopefully, we'll be in the Premier League. Toodles.